Okay, we are live. Welcome, folks, to the May 2nd, 2023 Select Board Meeting for the town of Parsonsfield. We are still playing shorthanded. Ed is out another week. Hopefully he'll be back next week. Let's see, up first is the town clerk.
Okay, said a few things tonight. For the credit card, I talked to M&T today, and it's in the final stages. It's with the underwriter right now. We are applying for a $5,000 limit, and just need a letter signed by the selectmen approving that limit. And I gave you a copy of that.
Danielle gave me that. I will sign my name right now, pass it on to Jesse, and if you just make sure we get a copy of it.
Yep. So it should be good.
I'll believe it when I see it, but
We're just doing the one credit card, and once we do actually get it, probably ought to discuss maybe a usage policy.
yeah, probably a good idea.
So,
Yeah,
and how we're going to handle that.
yeah.
Tuesday, May 16th is the SAD 55 district referendum vote. Polls will be open between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. I did attend the budget meeting last night at the school, and we had 5 Parsonsfield residents show up.
Hey.
It was very interesting, so that was good and all done. We will be posting the warrant tomorrow. Any word on rescheduling a time and date for the M&T Bank meeting?
No, we just heard today that Ed expects to be back next week.
Okay.
So, are we going to reschedule that, or are you? I mean, I don't know who scheduled the first one.
I think we were just in discussion when you guys would like them to come in. I think
Okay.
we were shooting for a selectman workshop.
Yeah,
So around
yeah.
2 o'clock on Tuesdays, I thought, but
Yeah, if we can do that again, that'd be great.
for next Tuesday, you want
Sure.
to shoot for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What time did you just say, sir?
Oh, I don't know what time. Jesse's got an issue with early. If we could do.
Whatever.
Hour early.
They'll go around you guys. They want to come and
I
talk
think
to
4 is, four is
Yeah, if
probably
we
all
could do
right.
4, that'd be great.
Okay. All right, I'll reach out to Ann tomorrow.
Thanks.
There are also some things to discuss in that meeting, in talking with them about credit card and the checking and everything and the concerns. We were reviewing the reserve account we have with Bangor, which is earning 0.9%. M&T Bank asked for the statement. I forwarded to them, and they personally came the other day and said they would give us 4% interest, and that is an $882,000 reserve. So just something for discussion and to think about. I
Yeah.
did forward it. I did ask Bangor. I went back to the contact at Bangor and said, "This is what we're being offered. Let's discuss."
Yeah.
So she was out today, so hopefully I'll call tomorrow.
All right, good.
So, in the works. I did receive a request yesterday from a parent for the ball field. Sockpea Valley Rec is having a really hard time finding room for a T-ball, just the little types, somewhere to practice. They asked if the ball field out back would be available, and if so, they would be willing to clean it up, get it up to par. It's all grass right now. There's no dirt, there's no mound, there's no nothing. They would be willing to do all that if they could use it. They're very small kids. It's just some place for them to, so they don't have to go at 7 o'clock at night and wait for space. So,
I would love to see
Yeah,
that.
I would too. And I mean, that's up to them if they, we'll keep it mowed, but
Okay.
it's up to them.
What are we mowing it? Is it
He's
twice a
mowing
year?
it, no, he asked last
Once a
year.
month he comes.
Yeah, it used to be twice a year, and he asked last year if he
That's
could do
right.
it because he said it looks better.
Yeah.
And so we agreed for him, so I think he does it every time he comes now, or any time he comes and it needs it, he does it.
Okay. Okay.
So I think it'll be mowed to their standards, but it's up to them whether they want to try to get dirt on the infield or not. You know?
Yeah. All
It
right.
is a local Parsonsfield parent, so they're not too far.
Right.
So
It's
they would be willing to do it.
completely up to them how the improvements. Just
Okay.
if they just run it by us, that would be great. Exactly
Right,
what they're
yeah,
doing.
yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to see it used.
We need to get the benches out of there. We don't want them using those, first of all, for splinters, and second of all, because they're going to collapse if more than one kid
Okay,
sits on
So
them.
the benches are dangerous.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so
All right.
they may want to build some benches or
Okay, so that's a yes?
bring chairs. Yeah, that's a yes.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
they're all insured, so,
Great.
yeah.
Yeah, we played ball here when I was major league, so how old was I? 10, maybe.
Yeah,
We played, we had games here, so.
Yep.
yeah, that'd be great.
Long time ago, right, Tess?
Yeah, she's it's longer all the time.
Electronic waste. I'm getting quite a few calls on that. Is there potential for a drop-off this year, or?
There's potential. We haven't pursued it.
I thought it was discussed.
We did discuss it, and we thought that we would wait a
Yeah.
year and maybe
Oh,
try to
okay.
do a hazard this year, maybe.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, because we hadn't done an electronic for 4 years or 5 years prior to last year's.
prior, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I would think in every other year would be sufficient. Electronics are smaller than they used to be.
right, yeah.
We decided on
And we've
that.
gotten so many big TVs out of the stream
Right.
already. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, okay.
Any more on Tri-Town and their?
No, nothing. I can
Okay.
prod them again, but it's last I knew, they said they certainly would let us know whenever it happened because they're
Okay.
waiting too.
So we wait to hear from them.
Yeah. Kind of, I guess, jumped the gun thinking it was going to happen last year. We should have known when the state was involved that it wouldn't.
The camera installation, is that still happening?
It's gonna happen. Last we heard, they had a couple of items back ordered.
Okay.
Ed is not here, so they haven't been contacted today. That was usually the second thing he did. He'd first
Oh,
ask
right, yep.
Debbie if she had an update, and then he'd make a call. So I'm sure they will be in touch as soon as they have all the equipment, and we'll schedule an installation.
Are they still doing videos for planning board meetings?
I don't know. I haven't been told that there are any available. I can look on the card.
Because we don't have them January on, there's no videos.
Okay.
So there was a concern on that, if it was still happening or not.
Yeah, as far as I know, they are, but I have not. Actually, no, I don't think that camera has moved since I moved it over here.
Okay.
See, this office is normally locked by the time they come in, so.
Yeah.
And just one other topic, the senior lunches or community cafe is very, very popular. And looking at the kitchen and talking to Saban, and this is not a complaint on his end, but the poor guy, I see him, getting the lunches ready, and he's hunched right over on this little tiny wooden table that probably could go in a kindergarten class. Is there any way we could get a white table for them?
He says he has 2 metal carts that he ordered
Oh, he ordered?
for
Okay.
here.
Oh, okay.
So
All
we're
right.
just, and from what Jen said, she thought he had them.
Oh,
Just had to
alright.
get them over here.
Okay.
So
He just works out.
I think
Yeah,
should
just
be all
curious.
set, yeah.
Okay, we'll check with him.
On that same note, we will be ordering some tables. I didn't get a chance to look at them today. Probably on the order of 8. So we can replace the, yeah. Well, Saban talked to Jen about round tables, and Jen asked us, and I said, well, look, we need to get tables that the town can use, not just Saban.
Right.
So I said, probably not round tables. And Jen said, that's fine, just order what works. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all I got, just a regular tax collection update. Just a few more thousand from last week, and we're still cranking.
Excellent. So the only question I had for you is that your motor vehicle check is $23,000 plus this week?
Yep.
Must have had a couple of big
It
sales
was
tax?
heavy. Mike Mellon, Mellon's has a very big truck that they came in and.
And they had to pay sales tax,
Brand
yeah.
spanking new.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that was it, and a lot of registrations. The
Yeah.
box was very heavy this week
Okay,
for some reason.
I just wanted to make sure the decimal point didn't get
Oh, no,
misplaced there.
That's it.
I think
Scared me
that's,
when you just said it, because I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it's a big
Yeah.
one.
Put it in.
yeah, I think that's a winner. I don't think I ever had anything that large.
We just commented, we brought the box into the safe, we're like, wow, that's awful heavy. It is heavy. So,
Yeah, well, and the price of vehicles are up.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So say anything sales tax.
Yeah, but
and
we're usually
excise
4,000 or
is-
5,000, so takes quite a jump to
Yeah.
get there.
Right.
But you're right, yeah, we'll see it increase as time goes on. Okay, that's it. Very good. I don't have anything for you. Have anything for her, Jesse? Nope. Okay. Let's see. We've looked at the agenda. It's good to go. Signed the minutes from last week. And approved the bills to be paid today and the bills to be paid next week. Those are all set. No ads. I assume our plowing ad's still going to be there. Is that right? Or
No, I think it,
okay, it's all right.
I
Whatever it was.
actually don't remember. I
Yeah.
know it was 4 weeks. And
So we are anxiously anticipating the arrival of some plowing bids. Please get your bids in, folks. We'd love to see them. Those will be opened, is it next week, I believe?
Yes.
May 7th,
Have we gotten
or
any?
May 9th, excuse me. And that's typical, yeah.
Oh, I know, but it still
Yeah.
makes you feel a little better.
I know. Yeah. All right. Let's see. CEO report, none this week. York County Sheriff comes in on the third Tuesday of the month, so not this week. We were expecting or anticipating seeing Darren with his new car this week, actually today, but I guess it didn't work out. He's probably busy doing other things, but
there may be a delay in us getting the monthly reports from
okay.
York Sheriff, because we're, just Jeremy Forbes is going to be away.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Once Darren has his new car and they've completely decommissioned the old one, that will be out. Well, it is ours. That we will be getting that, and we will decide how we're going to dispose of that. Okay, animal control officer. We have a new animal control officer. If you've listened for the last 2 weeks, I believe, maybe 1 week. Rick Debo is our ACO. To get in touch with him, you call York County Dispatch at 324-1113, I believe. It's on the webpage. His report, we've had a pig roaming the town of Parsonsfield for the last 2 weeks. And I don't know if they caught up with it today because it was back out today, or at least not.
I don't think so, but
Yeah.
the latest. But
Yeah.
don't be alarmed. It's just
Yeah.
a pig.
All right, aside from that, just a couple of other animal trespass. Oh, that was the pig again.
He's getting around.
Yeah, he's getting around. So anyways, hopefully take care of that. Rick's on top of that. Okay, let's see. Planning board meets tomorrow night. Looks like in their workshop, they're working on, or they're discussing bylaws, ordinances, processes, and procedure. So they meet at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. The appeals board, we have no pending appeals in front of the board right now. Comprehensive Plan Committee is meeting on the 30th. Thank you, Harvey. At 6, right? 6 p.m. So that's moving along. Last I heard, they had a couple of sections to go. Is that right?
Well, yeah, but we had a discussion this past week about whether we should send it to the state for their approval or whatever they do. But we felt that that would add quite a bit of time to it. And we're not sure if we want to do that because according to Reagan, we don't have to send it to the state. So we haven't made a decision on that.
Okay.
So I guess they've only got one person in the state that looks at these things.
Mm-hmm.
And that could add, you know, if it's extended too far out, it could cost more money too, and I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm,
So we'll have to make that decision.
mm-hmm. Sure.
We do plan on having a hearing before this year's town meeting.
Okay, so you're looking at bringing it to the town at our annual meeting?
At that point, yeah.
Okay,
We'll keep you posted on that.
all right, very good. All right, we have no update on the Secocas Road Solar. Still waiting on CMP to do their survey. They're behind on all of them. I don't know if they're doing any at this point. I sure haven't heard. Robinson Mill purchase and sale is moving forward. Mark Mounts was in today. We spoke briefly. He said they did the environmental assessment yesterday. And we're hoping to hear about that in the next couple of weeks. The Stanley Building, we're trying to divorce ourselves from that, since it turns out the Mounces are also buying that, and minor things going on. But, we're not sure how that's going to all play out between the owner and the mortgage holder. Okay, we've got a quote to complete, and I hesitate using that term, to do some more work on the software conversion from QuickBooks to Trio. This is taking the balances and putting them in getting the right amounts and putting them in the right buckets in Trio from QuickBooks. And our auditor has quoted us $4,000. Now, you said, Debbie, it might be less than that if you work with
Well,
them?
I'm gonna do the best I can to,
So it's not a fixed quote, it's,
well, it's
That's it.
fixed, but when I call him tomorrow to give him the answer, I'm gonna say, you need to let me know what I can do to keep that cost down, because the select board would like to see it.
yes, absolutely. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I need a motion to approve that $4,000 expenditure. We are looking at possibly taking that out of ARPA funds. We won't know for a while, but...
I haven't gotten a reply yet.
Right, yeah, no, I would guess because they're shorthanded, that'll
Yeah.
take a day or two.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you want to make that motion?
I don't know anything about what this entails or how much work it is, so I'm going to go with your judgment on this,
Okay,
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what kind of paperwork, I don't know anything about it, so.
Yeah. okay.
Not putting all the weight on you, but.
No, that's fine, and you know I'm frustrated, and that's
Right.
That's it. Okay, so you would make that motion though to spend that $4,000?
If you would, knowing what it entails, then I would too.
Well, all right, all in favor?
Yes.
Okay, so we approve that, Deb.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. We have an application to the Saco River Corridor for a shed addition on Elm Street that is in the corridor next to the Ospey River. Let's see.
Gonna add a shed to a garage that isn't there yet.
Yeah, really. He did get approval for the garage. That
Yeah.
was quite a while ago,
Yeah,
though.
a couple years he renewed it.
Oh, okay, I didn't
Yeah.
realize he had renewed it, yeah. Okay, let's see, where'd I go here? There's some concern about a culvert, a stone culvert on Middle Road, and homeowner in the area wants to make sure that stone culvert stays, or at least wants to talk to us about that. So that's really whether it meets current standards or not, because it is plugged and it's probably going to have to be pulled apart to get it open. That'd be my guess. And once they do that, if it's anything like what I know, they're going to have to replace it. So anyways, we'll hear more about that. All right, let's see. So we got a quote from our lawn maintenance people to do cleanup, which includes trimming some of the overhanging branches and cleaning up down branches, of $90 if they can do it on the first day that they come out to mow, and we said absolutely. So we are again waiting for Ed to return to talk about the Spirit of America Award.
We know how Ed feels on that. I mean,
Right.
we could make a decision. We were all in agreement upon our discussion. I'm sure Ed still feels the same way.
Okay.
Don't you agree?
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
We could make a decision, and I mean, are we going to publicly announce this, or are we just going to say that we made a decision?
He's been spoken to.
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he agreed to it.
Okay.
The report needs to be done now.
A report does.
The report needs to go with this recommendation, and Lynn Sudlow has written up a nice report, but I don't know where it has it.
Oh, okay.
So I'll see where I can find it so you can read it and
Okay.
see.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right. Well, we can announce it,
Yeah.
I guess. Wes Stacy is our choice for the Spirit of America Award. He has agreed to accept it. I told him it would be a presentation at the annual town meeting, and then there's also a formal ceremony in Augusta if he wants to go. I don't know how many people they get to go to that, but. Okay, let's see. We have notes from the franchise renewal meeting, which Ed was going to attend but couldn't because he was ill. So they will be meeting again in about 2 months. I don't know if they've set the actual date for that yet.
no, not yet.
Yeah. Let's see. Chalmers Insurance is moving. They're going to Cornish. And we have a new mailing address for them, as everybody else that has policies with them will have. So we're losing them from Keyser Falls address, unfortunately. We wish them luck in Cornish, and yeah, sorry to see them go. Main Revenue Services has a staffing change in their property tax division. They have a new acting director, Meg Hodgkins, after the previous director left for a job in the private sector. Okay, then we have a complaint about culverts on Smith Road, and I'm only aware
I just got a reply from Meyer.
Oh, okay.
He said driveway culverts are not the town's responsibility, it's the homeowners.
Okay. So, and this is more than a driveway culvert. Looks like it goes across his property.
Right.
Yeah. So anyways,
There's washouts on the side.
yeah, it looks like there may have been a communication breakdown where the homeowner was originally led to believe that the town would replace these culverts, but when it was determined that they were not town responsibility, that looks like that was not communicated to him. So we need to make sure that gets back to him.
I will
And
send him an email.
okay, yep. And that should take care of that, although he probably won't be happy. Okay. So FEMA will be making visits early in this month this is the project from the Christmas
Summer,
Eve storm
yes.
and the week before that. Okay, so they do inspections and make sure that we're not telling them a bunch of lies.
Right,
Is
they
that the
want to
deal?
visit the sites.
Yeah, okay. All right. And that's it on our formal agenda. Jesse, do you have anything?
I did a short road survey this afternoon of the worst areas according to the road commissioner that they've been working on diligently the last 2 days. They So you may see some areas that are dangerous, or you may deem dangerous, definitely washouts, but let me just assure you that they're doing the worst case scenarios first, and they will get there. He had quite a bit of help yesterday from outside parties that were willing to help get the roads passable and safer. But so just because you have a washout or, there's some bad ditches, don't think they haven't seen them. They're just doing the worst case scenarios first. And all roads should be passable. I believe Stagecoach was the only one they had a section shut down as of this afternoon, but tomorrow that should be passable as well.
Okay.
There was some areas, the worst was Mountain Road, Stagecoach, and Lombard Hill was actually the worst as far as damage, but there's less people live on that road, but
Right.
they did get that passable first.
Okay. Good.
And they're still right in that area.
Yeah. So do watch when you're driving, folks, because there are some areas that are dangerous. There's some areas where roads are down to one lane.
Yeah.
And you want to be careful.
There's a lot of places where the road is fine, but if you get 6 inches off the road, it is not good. So stay on the road.
All right. That it? From you?
Yep.
Okay. I have just a couple of quick things. Actually, just one, I guess. We've already talked about the others. Our heating system has been kind of going up and down and causing the people that work here all kinds of fits. I noticed today that the outside air temperature sensor was registering about 84 degrees outside, and that controls when the boiler runs. It shuts it off when it gets that warm. So I went out and looked at it. It's up, I get a ladder on the side of the building, and unfortunately I could not read any manufacturing information or model information from it. So I emailed main controls and whatever their other half is, and they emailed back. They said they can sell us one for, they think it's about $84. So I said, go ahead. They have to order it. It'll take a week to 10 days. So I said, go ahead and do that, because it's obviously, I'm hoping it's the sensor. I mean, if you look at the thing, the end is almost broken off and it's all rotty. It's probably the one that's been on there since 1986. So anyways, they don't even manufacture this particular model, but there is a direct replacement. So we'll get that in a little while. In the meantime, we'll limp along. I think that's it from us. It's hard. Oh, no, I do have one more thing. We did get the list of dates that Alsop, and I apologize, I cannot come up with what the acronym is. It's the cemetery group that meets here once a month. They'll be meeting from May to October on Sundays. Wes Stacy is involved with that, and we just said we would approve that, but we would like the dates that they'll be here, and we got those. And Harvey, you have anything?
Well, just, I'll mention, and I know Maya's busy, but I was approached about the parking lot at the old townhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Lynn has got a group coming there this weekend on the 6th. To our sidewalk, historical sidewalk, and the parking lot got all pushed around, and she wanted to be able to use it. And I know Maya's probably busy with 50 million other things right now.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of piles that are right out in the middle.
Yeah, he said he had no understanding of how they could have moved that much gravel with a plow truck.
Well, I think when that storm that we had, that there was a lot of water in it, and you had to, it was very easy for it to, if your plow to go down deeper than you think.
Right.
So I'll go down and see if I can mess with it a little bit. I think if I push it around, I should be able to get cars in there.
Yeah, I drove by today and I was too busy looking at the pine tree that's down by the cemetery.
Yeah, saw that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I sent you a name for a person who cuts trees.
Okay.
Who has done work for us before.
Okay. Cuts trees down or up or?
takes them down. They didn't put them back up though. He's in Porter. I'll have to look. 'Cause
Yeah.
I emailed it to you, Jesse, last week.
Okay.
Um,
I'm guessing if it's an arborist, we'd rather not, because we pay arborist prices,
yeah.
you know, for the
Well,
cleanup.
I think he probably is, but
Yeah, I think that's who it is. It's A1 Donovan's.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh, look.
I want to say Wilson.
Oh, Wilson Small?
Yeah.
Yeah, tree service.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know him?
I don't know him, but he runs, he's an arborist, so yeah.
Yeah. He took over the business from his dad.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
And one last thing, I'd like to request from Danielle a list of the current budget committee members when you have a chance.
Okay.
You know, they're all different dates. Okay, I'm just like to know that. And that's it for me.
Okay, thank you. All right, I think we've hit the end of the list. We thank you all for tuning in. Looks like we had at least 7 people, and probably more, and of course, people watch after the fact too, so that's good. All right, maybe one of these weeks we will have a new system. I'm hoping that's not too far in the distant future. And we will see you next week, 5 o'clock. Thanks very much.